Hi friends, it's Kelly, and thank you so much for joining me at Mama Needs a Goal today. If you've been following me on Facebook and Instagram, then you know every Monday I post a declutter challenge. It's called Motivation Monday. And last week the challenge was to declutter the condiments in our refrigerator. And usually the challenge only takes 5 to 15 minutes to declutter. We have all week to do it. I started thinking when I was in my fridge, probably wouldn't be a bad idea if I showed you all what my refrigerator looks like and how I organize my condiments. So I'm going to bring you along and show you what my refrigerator looks like. But before I do that, I want to put up the slides that I posted last week so you all can look at them. So go ahead and check out these slides. Motivation Monday, the expired condiments in your refrigerator. Do the condiments in your fridge seem to multiply? If you are like me, I bet you have at least 10 or more condiments in your fridge right now. And I must confess, some are duplicates, some I just don't like, and some have expired. We tend to purchase new condiments when there is a great sale, for a new recipe, to restock, or it looked appetizing. But the reality is we often don't use or need all of these condiments. They often get pushed to the back of the fridge and we forget about them. Now our refrigerator shelves are filled with condiments that we don't need or don't use. Here are some helpful tips to get the condiment clutter under control and keep it that way. Clear your countertop or island so you have a place to stage all your condiments. Have 2 areas, one for keep and one for expired, no longer need. Have a pen and paper handy to write down any items that you will need to replace. Start by removing all the condiments from your refrigerator. You can put them in a box or bin to make it easier while cleaning them out. Pull out each condiment one at a time. Check the sell-by date or expiration date. Also open and check each jar and toss anything that smells or looks bad. After you check each condiment, put them either in the keep or no longer need category on your counter. After sorting, check the expired condiments to see if any need to be replaced. If so, write it down now so you don't forget. If you have not used this item in a long time, think twice about replacing it. If you recycle, wash out the container and recycle. If not, toss in the trash. Now turn to your keep pile. If anything has been open past 3 or 4 months, consider tossing it. Look over all your condiments that you plan to keep. If you have any duplicates, combine them into one container. Before you return your condiments to the fridge, now is a good time to wipe off each container. Now, controlling your condiment clutter. Plan ahead before you buy a new-to-you condiment for one recipe. Do a research on your favorite recipe site and look for recipes using that ingredient. Purchase small-sized condiments that you do not use often, even if it's cheaper to buy bigger. In the end, you are not saving money as you will end up tossing. Group like items together. In my fridge, I have a clear tray that I keep all my Mexican condiments in. On my fridge door, I have all my salad dressings together. I also have a Lazy Susan in my fridge with barbecue sauce and other similar items. This allows me to access things that would normally be lost in the back of my fridge. Now you have your condiments are all organized. You will no longer have any waste or feel overwhelmed trying to remember if you have a certain condiment or not. All right, my friends, so if you did not get a chance to do the challenge, just look back on those slides and they should be able to guide you right through to what you need to do, or check out my Facebook page because they are posted there. But next, we're going to go ahead and take a look into my fridge, so come along. All right, my friends, so here we are inside my refrigerator. Like I said, I'm just following up on the Motivation Monday, organizing and decluttering our condiments. And I just thought it would be a good idea to share with you how I keep my refrigerator organized. And I'll take it a little bit beyond the normal Motivation Monday decluttering of the condiments and just show you an overview of how my refrigerator is organized. So I'm just kind of picking up where I left off on Monday, and I'm hoping that you'll enjoy this. So first off, on my refrigerator door, this is where I keep my freeze-dried items. I have my cilantro and the dill and lime juice and the what is the east. And then down here, this little organizer on the door here is very, very small. It's not, you can see here, it's not very wide. But it's a perfect fit for these two items, so I keep those there. And then on the bottom shelf is where I have my salad dressings, and I just keep them on the door. And then let me open the other side, it'll be a little bit easier. And I'll just start here. So up here is where I keep a little tray. So anytime I have hard-boiled eggs, I just put them in there so they don't get mixed up with the raw eggs. And then anytime I open a stick of butter, I keep that stored there as well. And then on this shelf here, this is where we keep all of our pretty much everyday condiments, the ones that we use the most. It's easily accessible. Just open the door, grab it, and run. So that's pretty much where I keep the everyday items. And here's where I just have milk and juices. Now, on my top shelf here, I like to call this my breakfast / leftover shelf. And I have my container here. I love, love, love these containers for eggs. I actually have 3 of them. And just this week, I put 2 of them. They were empty, and I put them in the dishwasher on the top rack. Not a good idea. They both melted. So now I need to get more. And then I just have some leftovers here. But in the back, you can see I have some jelly and some apple butter spread and stuff like that. We don't use that often, so that's why I keep it up there. And like I said, I try to keep mostly breakfast items up here and leftovers. And that's where my butter container is, just because that container is a lot larger, so I keep that up there. And then on this shelf here, this is my cheese dairy shelf. And what I normally do is I have another container that I keep on top of here that's not quite as tall, and that usually has Go-Gurts in it, but the kids only usually eat them when they're in school, because they take them in their lunch, because a lot of times these tops get punctured in their lunch bag. So usually my husband will eat these and the kids will eat the Go-Gurts, but since we're virtual learning, I don't need them. Here's where I keep cheese sticks, my Baby Bell cheese, and I love this container. It's got a 3 dividers, or a divider in there with 3 sections, and normally this is filled with Baby Bell cheese. And then here's where I keep my Velveeta cheese, and I love this. This is actually a Velveeta container. It says Velveeta on it. Keep that in there, and it keeps that cheese really, really fresh. And then up here is where I keep the orange juice and chocolate milk or chocolate syrup, some sassafras for tea, and some more dairy stuff. I have my half and half and whipping cream and sour cream. So here's where I keep my all my Mexican items, my salsas and cheeses and all. And like I mentioned on Motivational Monday, decluttering the condiments, try to keep your like items together, and as you can see, that's kind of what I did. I have a lot of dairy here. All the Mexican is all together in this. And then down on the next shelf behind the tea, let me move that, I have some more dairy. This shelf is kind of small. It also comes out, but because I keep my tea here, I'm utilizing it the best way I can. So I keep my cream cheese here, and as you can see, I continue all my dairy going across. And then this is another container. I keep all my butter in there, so I don't have like boxes of butter. And then I'm going to move down, and in the back, again, the group like items together. So in the back there, you can see I have all the ice cream toppings, and then I have my pickles and olives together. And then over here, which is my favorite part, is I think this is a 12-inch Lazy Susan, and I have all my other condiments on here that we use, but not every day. And I love it. So now nothing is pushed in the back. I don't have to move 50 million things, knock things over. I can easily find what I want. And then in the middle there are the condiments I use when I make Chinese food. We eat that less, so I don't need to access those as often. So I put them in the middle. Like I said, I just love how easy it is to access this. And then I just keep my water with lemon and my iced tea right there, and then I have like a little bag of lemons I keep there. And then in this drawer here, this is my vegetable drawer. Oh, I need to hit the snooze button. Hold on. Okay, sorry friends. Alarm telling me my fridge has been open too long. This is where I have all my vegetables. And I have like a little tray in here where I keep my tomatoes, because these things are pretty small and they'll end up getting pushed in the back and squished and forgotten about, and then they end up rotting, and then I have a mess in the drawer. So I try to keep them in this container up front. And then over here is where we have the fruits. I just have my apples, oranges, and I have a little container here for my lemons. I use lemons all the time, one for my water and my tea, so I just like keeping them separated here. And then the fruit, obviously it changes out at different times. If I have strawberries or blueberries, I have smaller containers. I'll clean them up, put the containers in here, and that way it's easily accessible. But right now I accidentally bought the Red Delicious apples instead of Macintosh apples, so we have a lot of apples because we were going to make pie. And then, and sorry, down here I spilled my tea when I took that out. This is my lunch meat and cheese drawer, so I have my lunch meat there. And then this here is part of the refrigerator, and it moves back and forth. I pushed it to the side, and I have a container in here, another one, that has my block of cream cheese and my blocks of cheese. And then over here is where I just have all my cheese, and we buy a lot at Costco too in bulk, because we do go through a lot of the mozzarella and the Mexican cheese, so I always buy them at Costco. I keep the bag in here, and the other bag, because it comes in a 2-pack, I keep the other bag in the freezer. And then I just have, you know, the fresh mozzarella and feta, some fresh parm back there, some blue cheese, and then just some slices of different cheeses here. And I keep that in that drawer. Well, alright my friends, I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please comment below. I'll be happy to answer them. I love hearing from you all. And also, the items that I used in my refrigerator to help keep me organized, if I can find those items on Amazon, I'll go ahead and link that below. But like I said, just leave a comment and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that little bell so you'll be notified every time I have a new video coming out. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel, as it really helps me out a lot. So I'll see you next time, and don't forget, check in on Motivation Monday. Have a great one, guys. Thanks.